Important MCQs for English literature paper. We are starting with ecos first and then we'll move to reverie. In the story of an hour, Kate Chopin portrays the inner yearning of freedom. What heartbreaking news does Mrs. Mallard receive at the beginning of the story? The news of her husband's death. Everyone treats Miss Mallard carefully because she was afflicted with a heart trouble. How is Brentley Mallard supposed to have died? In a railroad disaster. How was the news of her husband's death conveyed to Mrs. Mallard? As gently as possible, because Mrs. Mallard was a heart patient. How did Mrs. Mallard react to the shocking news? Wept at once in her sister's arms. What did Mrs. Mallard do after the storm of grief had spent itself? She went away to her room alone. What is Josephine's relation to Louise Mallard? Sister. Many women have heard the same with a paralyzed inability to accept its significance. What does it mean? Option A. Most women get paralyzed on hearing any shocking news. Which line tells you that the strange feeling that Mrs. Mallard was experiencing in her room was something difficult to define? It was too subtle and elusive to name. Which word did she say over and over under her breath? Answer is free. What is Mr. Mallard's first name? Brentley. Why is Mr. Mallard's death not tragic to his wife? He imposed his will on his wife. What does her sister believe that Mrs. Mallard is doing behind her closed door, making herself ill? Her sister was concerned about her health since she was a heart afflicted patient. What did she suddenly recognize as the strongest impulse of her being? Possession of self assertion. An unexpected twist at the end of the story of an hour is irony. Where is the story of an hour set? In Mallad's house. What is the theme of the story of an hour? Female self discovery and identity. Contrary to Josephine's fear, what actually was Mrs. Mallard doing when she locked herself in? She was drinking in a very elixir of life. What makes the title The Story of an Hour apt and suggestive? Mrs. Mallard had won and lost her freedom in an hour. The New Spring Life is an example of imagery. Which of the following statements is not correct about Louise Mallard? Whenever you read a question, you have to read it carefully so that you answer it correctly. Answer is D. She refused to believe that Mr. Mallard died. Why was Mr. Mallard unaware of the accident? He had been far from the scene of accident. What was Richards too late to do to conceal Mr. Mallard from the view of his wife? Which of the following statements characterize Brentley Mallard? He was a typical husband in the late 19th century. He had only taken time to assure himself of its truth. What does this tell you about Richards? He was a thoughtful person who made sure that no wrong information troubled Mrs. Mallard. Moving to build a fire. How can the relationship between the man and the dog best be described? Opportunistic. Who is the antagonist of this story? The cold. How cold is it when the story opens? 75 degrees below. Why didn't the man kill the dog? He had no way to do it. Why is the term wolf often used to describe the dog? It emphasizes its closeness to nature. Who is the man's companion? A husky. The man builds a fire when he stops for what? Lunch. What does the dog instinctively fear? Cold. Where does the crisis occur? When the man falls through the ice. What extinguishes the second fire? Snow falling from the spruce tree. Why does the man fail to understand the significance of the cold? He lacked experience and imagination. What does the dog instinctively know that the man does not? That is too cold to travel. What does the man fear from the beginning of his journey? Getting his feet wet. What mistake does the man make? Decides to travel alone, doesn't listen to those with more experience, doesn't understand the danger he faces, leaves the main trail. What does the what does the man do after he falls into the spring? He was angry and cursed his luck aloud. When the bow full of snow falls, what does the man realize? He is likely to die. Why is the man unable to reach the camp? Lacks endurance to run that far. What basic tenet of naturalism is shown in the story? Man's arrogance causes his downfall. London's story shows the naturalist belief that people are the mercy of environment. Where is the man headed? To a mining camp. What is the external conflict in the story? Man versus nature. What character flaw caused the man's tragic end? His overconfidence. If the man in the story represents intellect, the dog represents pure instinct. There will be four options, but I've kept three options here. What theme is expressed by the contrasting ways in which the dog and the man cope with the cold? Man needs to be attuned to nature as animals in order to survive. Now, what is a chikako? I hope the pronunciation is correct. Please do not laugh if it is wrong. So, it means newcomer. Why does the narrator say that the man is without imagination? He can't see the consequences of his actions. When does the man realize that the old timer's advice was correct? When he is about to die. What is the relationship between the man and the dog based on? Usefulness to one another. What causes the man's great difficulty in building the last fire? Numbness on finger. What attitude does the man have when he faces death at the end of the story? Acceptance. What is the struggle between the two forces in a literary work called? Conflict. What is the central idea of the story? Nature is more powerful than men. 33. What advice had the old man given that was foolishly ignored in the story to build a fire? Not to travel alone. What does the man not realize? He is in extreme danger from extreme cold. What was the man thinking to do to the dog? Killing the dog so that he can warm his hands in the carcass. What does the flame symbolize in the story? Life. Where did the man make a fire? Why was it a bad idea? Under a tree, snow falls on fire and fire goes out. Where did the Alaska Klondike gold rush happen? 1897. Why were the men flocking to Alaska for gold? What does the man carry in his pocket to help him kindle a fire? Birch bark. 41. The man's idea of killing a dog and warming his hands inside it are inspired by a similar story about a man who killed a steer. In his final panicked run for the camp, the man compares himself to a winged Mercury because he cannot feel his feet hitting the ground. Which name is mentioned in the story? Answer is B. Bird. In what context is the name Bird brought up? Answer is C, not B. The man wishes he had a nose strap like his friend. Why do you think the protagonist is referred to as the man as opposed to being given a name? Nature is given more emphasis than the man's individuality. What is the weather like at daybreak when the story begins? It is cold, gloomy, and dark with no presence of sun. London writes, he was quick and alert in the things of life, but only in the things and not in the significances. What does this tell us about the man? The man is arrogant and doesn't pay attention to smaller details in life. Why doesn't the man worry about more about the cold? He has been through two cold snaps. Why does the man shy like a horse from certain parts of the trail? Shallow freezing water and ice breaking under his feet. Where did the hairline path lead to the south? 500 miles to the Chilkoot Pass, Daya and Saltwater. How did he know that it is colder than 50 below zero when his spittle crackled in the air? Where was the man headed to? The old claim on the left fork of Henderson Creek. In To Build a Fire, there is an external conflict between human beings and nature. Which of the following character flaws brings about the man's tragic end? Overconfidence. Towards the end of To Build a Fire, the man has an internal conflict between his body and his will. Which of the following themes is expressed by the contrasting ways in which the dog and the man cope with the cold? Humans need to be as well attuned to nature as animals in order to survive it. Until the story's end, the man's attitude toward the advice provided by the old timer of Sulphur Creek was one of ridicule. Which passage from the beginning of the story gives the strongest clue to the attitude that contributes to the man's death? Answer is it was a steep bank, and you can just read it. What is the central idea of To Build a Fire? Nature is more powerful than humans. Which internal conflict? Answer is sorrow versus stoicism. To Build a Fire, London's attitude towards the Alaskan wilderness can best be described as respectful. During the course of the story, the man changes from being haughty to being helpless. Which of the following clues is most likely to lead a reader to predict that the man will make it to the camp? He was pleased at the speed he had made. If he kept it up, he would certainly be with the boys by 6. The protagonist turns aside from which main trail to climb the high earth bank to a dim and little traveled trail in the story, the Yukon Trail. Where was Jack London born? San Francisco, California. The relationship between the man and dog was that the one was the toil slave of the other. What was the pace of the man? 4 miles an hour. Nose and cheek were already freezing while the skin of all his body chilled as it lost its blood, but he was safe. Why does the man think so? Fire was beginning to burn with strength. What was compared to sheets of iron? Thick German socks. How many times did the man scratch the matches before he succeeded in lighting it? 20. What did the dog do when the man fell down a second time? It sat in front of him. What was the new found peace of mind? He was bound to freeze anyway, he might take it decently. What was the man's vision of the old timer on Sulphur Creek? Warm and comfortable and smoking a pipe. The most prominent literary element in the story is the use of repetition. The moccasin strings were like rods of steel. Figure of speech is simile. Read this. Answer is simile. Those old timers were rather womanish. Answer is metaphor. There was the fire snapping and crackling and promising life with every dancing flame. Answer is personification. A little longer it delayed, howling under the stars that leaped and danced and shone brightly in the cold sky. Answer is personification. The spittle crackled. What is the literary device used here? Onomatopoeia. Again, you have to read this. Which word recurs frequently in the story? Answer is cold. When it recognized the scent of death, what did the dog do? Trotted up in the trail in the direction of camp it knew. It was clear day, and yet there seemed an intangible pall over the face of things, a subtle gloom that make the day dark. What is the literary device here? Foreshadowing. In the story To Build a Fire, Jack London uses the third person point of view of narration. Just read this. The literary device used is oxymoron. He noted the numbness creeped into the exposed fingers. The figure of speech is personification. Now these questions are left. Just read them. To Build a Fire is for both of them. Jack London is the pen name of John Griffith Chaney. Thank you for watching this video. My next video will be on Reverie. important MCQs.